It's showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the AFC East Shakedown on the Sports Dynasty NFL podcast. I'm Trevor. This is Juan. And before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we are bringing in the crew here from Mafia Sports Report. Tommy.
What is up, guys?
And welcome back.
Whoa!
This is great. Captain D's back in the building. How you doing, bud?
What the fuck was that fluttering, dude? You were whatever.
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Pretty good right now. It's cold as hell up here in New York.
It's cold.
I see.
My internet's gonna be wonky on the worst time. Yeah, today's not a good motherfucking day. Woo!
Not a good day.
So that's great.
Yeah, that being said, you haven't seen Captain D in a while, so therefore the floor is all yours. When you first got here, and now they're here now. So take the floor, man.
I am finally back. It has been a long time going through Hurricane Ian. Just a lot of different things going on, trying to get back internet and get back things flowing. But it's been a roller coaster ride, just like my Miami Dolphins. It's been a roller coaster ride. But that being said, we are sitting on top of the AFC East right now. We're 7-3, and things are great right now. But it's a marathon. I always preach that it's a marathon. So I'm happy to be back. There's been a lot going on, and I'm ready to talk about the AFC East. So let's do this.
We're okay. You ready to say, buddy?
No. When you're running things and things don't go right, you stress out, and that's what's happening to me right now.
Yeah.
So now I'm even worse mood. Great.
Oh no, Juan was not in the best of moods today, my friends.
Nah,
I tried. I tried to lift the spirits, guys. I did. Sent him some funny gifts and some emojis, and he wasn't having it. Not laughing. Not one bit. All right.
Well, we'll talk about we'll briefly last week. So, all right. So, Captain D, tell us about your game last week against the Cleveland Browns, who you guys beat the living shit out of. So, tell us how that went.
It was a good game. I think that the matchup going into it was obviously we are one of the worst rushing teams in the league. We are heavy on the pass, as everyone knows, and it was ultimately, can we run the football against the Cleveland Browns, which are basically not a very good rushing defense. So it was really good to see that the Dolphins established Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert, because that seems like the initial tandem right there. That's going to be our 1-2 punch for the Miami Dolphins going forward. We acquired Jeff Wilson a couple of years ago. Mike McDaniel is obviously accustomed to him coming from San Francisco. So it's nice to see that they were able to establish the run. Yeah, it was against the Cleveland Browns, not the best rush defense, like I said, but it was just nice to see the offensive line opening up holes, and the running backs able to establish that. And I think that going forward, both of these running backs, you talk about speed, they can hit the hole really, really hard. And I think that this is going to be our 1-2 punch right here going forward. Both of them high level speed. The Miami Dolphins is speed right now. Let's go, Dolphins.
Okay. That's what's up. Tommy, what do you think? What you see from the Dolphins game? What do you think? How do you feel about how they played against Cleveland? Them being in first place right now, despite that, everything going on with their roller coaster ride of the season. What's your thoughts on the Dolphins right now?
I mean, I thought Jay Fiedler looked good. He's getting the ball over there to OJ. Okay. No, listen, the Dolphins are beating some bad teams, but they're handling their business. Unlike, hold on before Captain D gets, because I see the Captain D look. Unlike the Buffalo Bills, who are struggling when they should win games, and the Dolphins are not. They're handling their business against teams they should beat, and that's good. That's a good thing to see. But I can't wait for them to play a better defense to see how they go back, because I talked to Curtis earlier. He also was like, hey, when you guys play better defenses, you weren't really going crazy like this before, but it's actually a good thing that you guys are doing this now. Maybe get your confidence back up because you guys were on a losing streak. But yeah, man, kudos to you guys. I thought you guys made some good trades. And man, I like in-season trade, especially when you are fighting for a playoff spot or you think you are. So kudos to the Dolphins for making some splash moves and for getting back on the AFC East. This is good. This is a dogfight. Like as of right now, AFC East, if the playoffs started today, I think every team would make it. So yeah, I mean, it's closer than I thought. Even the Jets are obviously surprising everybody as well. So no, I think Tua coming back from injury, not getting hurt, still playing his style of football is a little surprising because he's taken some hits and he's bounced up. So that's good. I think he's his accuracy is showing. He has two dynamic playmakers that if your defense is not on point, they will burn you and they will put up points fast. So you got to be on your A game when you play the Dolphins, especially with Waddle and Hill. And now they added a little bit of help with the running back game with Wilson, who's also a pass catcher. So, yeah, man, the Dolphins are loading up on offense. You have to play good defense against the Miami Dolphins. You have to respect their players. Their offensive line, even their offensive line's been playing a lot better as of late. I got to give them credit. So I do give the Dolphins credit for how they've bounced back, especially when Tua came back. I thought it would be a little rocky start when Tua came back, and it wasn't. They just went right back to what they were doing before Tua went out. So, yeah, I mean, I got nothing but respect for how they're playing right now. I am interested to see when they play a tougher defense, how that offense will look. But right now, you can't take anything away from them. That's how I see it.
Okay, Captain D, anything to say about that?
I can't.
That was very nice there.
I really can't. I mean, beating bad teams.
I gave you credit though. You handled your business. I didn't say you look sloppy against bad teams.
That's such an irresponsible comment. I mean,
it is.
He meant to say backhanded. That's what he meant to say. That was the biggest backhanded compliment he's ever heard. That's what he wants to say.
Yeah.
I'll see it in his face. I'll say it for you.
My God, but I gave you a bunch of other compliments. Man, see what no more. I give no more compliments. No more. That's it. Back to being mean.
So clearly that was a butthurt comment because the Miami Dolphins, as of now, and things will change, are on top of the AFC East. Mind you, week 2, we beat the Buffalo Bills, which is a very, very strong defense.
Wasn't week 2, Dolphin fan.
Let me.
I'm
sorry.
Raven. That was week 2.
Yeah, okay.
No, week 2 was the Titans.
So
come on, guys, get your facts right.
You beat the shit out of the Titans. Yes, we're talking about Miami.
Oh yeah, they came back.
But the Bills had a very good defense. They weren't really. There was some injuries on the defensive side. Obviously, Trey White still is not bad. The Buffalo, that was a very good team. The Buffalo Bills that we beat, and they were in the AFC Championship game last year, so they were right there.
Conference game.
I'm sorry, conference games.
He did it on purpose. He totally did that on purpose.
So
he did that on purpose, totally.
But the Dolphins are taking care of business. We beat some very good teams. The Baltimore Ravens, we came back from behind, a very high-powered offense. So I think it's just irresponsible to say that the Dolphins are beating bad teams. I remember looking back at the earlier episode when we lost to the Jets. And Tommy made the comment like, we're losing. They lost to the Jets. And I was just kind of like, when the Bills lost, I don't like to go on there and poke the bear and make certain comments, but the Buffalo Bills lost to the Jets as well.
I know.
And so I'm not here to play that game. The Dolphins and the offense, as much as you want to, look at it and twist it, we are coming into our own. We're 7-3. The offense looks great, and the defense is not even healthy. We are decimated at corner. We got street guys coming in off the street playing great at corner. Byron Jones has not played at all. I'm not sitting back here complaining about Trey White, this, that. Byron Jones is not even back. We got street guys coming off the street, and we're still decimated. So we really needed this bye week to try and get healthy back at corner. But the defense is finally coming into its own. And of course, we got Bradley Chubb. We added him on. Thank you for that main trade from San Francisco last year. It's really, the picks are really adding up. But I'm not going to sit here and toot my horn. It's still early. We're midway through this. We're sitting on top right now. And, I'm happy for Tua. I'm happy for Tua that he came back from that nasty injury. I did not get to talk about that when it happened. But I'm happy for him that he's proven himself. And again, he should be in consideration in the talk. And I'll talk about that later on about the MVP in Tua. Last year, I remember I came out and I was like, the Lion. I remember everyone was laughing at me. They were like, "The Lion is cut. The Lion came out. The Lion's out now. He's out. He's out." So this is what's going on, and nobody wants to appreciate. Man. The Lion.
Oh, remember. You remember the last time you said that? It did not go well for you. I would keep that comment.
It's going well pretty good.
Oh boy, he just jinxed himself. He jinxed himself.
It's going very well. It can't get any worse midway through the season when you see your quarterback on the ground. Like, it was bad. It was really bad.
Well, maybe next time you guys don't start him after he got concussed.
I mean, I'm not going to get into that. That's
I'm just throwing that. Out here.
But I'll leave it at this. As a Dolphins fan, you got to be happy what you're seeing. Last game against the Browns, we annihilated them. That was the first time since 2003 that we did not punt the football in a game. And I want, that was collectively, that was defense. The offensive line is really showing out right now. They're opening up some holes. Teron Armstead is showing why we acquired him in the offseason. He's a beast right now, and he's mowing over people left and right. So we're ready. We're ready.
We'll play you in 5 weeks, buddy. Can't wait.
He's signed Bar Scott right now. Can't wait.
Can't wait. Play the Jets again. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. A lot of people on the hit list, man.
Okay. Let's see if Josh can stay healthy.
A lot of people on the. Hey, Josh can say. Hey, Josh has not missed the game, pal. Talk about your guy. Your guy's the guy getting rolled, eyes in the back of his head. My guy's going through.
And he came back from that. And he came back from that, and he's in the MVP talks. He came back from fingers curled up to in the MVP talk.
Fingers curled. He sure did.
MVP talk. We're talking MVP.
You got to be careful though. Hey, but like your comment though, it's a long season. There's a lot of games left to be played. Got to stay healthy, right? You just said that. And Tua is.
Yeah, and I'm not making any excuses. I think
you got to be real careful
with picture.
I will say
how decimated we are in injuries.
Yeah,
and with our quarterback injury, how ugly that looked.
You got to keep that.
And we're sitting on top right now.
Y'all got to keep that man upright. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You got that. If I'm the Dolphins, because you guys saw what you guys did without Tua, right? You didn't play too well. You have to keep that man upright.
And that's why I will say
that's why I'm saying
it's a long continues how it is. And he keeps playing the way he is, he should be considered an MVP. We'll touch on
as of right now. Oh, no doubt, dude. Right now, no doubt he's in talks. There's a few people though, but it's a long season to go. Let's see what happens. That's why I tell a lot of people, man, like, who are bad mouthing the Bills right now. We lost by 8 points by all 3 games, like combined. Like it's not like we're getting blown out the water. Like we're in these games, we shouldn't. We're shooting our own, ourselves in the foot. But it's a long season. Things turn around. As you remember, last year, people were pissed off when the Bills were 7-6. Everybody was saying we suck. We're done. Patriots going to run the AFC East, and we won 4 in a row. We won the AFC East, so you got to hold off. Wait until the season plays out because you never know. I mean, maybe we continue this bad play and we don't, and the Dolphins take care of business, and Jets and Patriots. I don't know, but it's a long season, man. So for everyone talking right now, y'all got it. You guys do know how football goes. Anything can happen. Same with the Viking fans. By the way, Viking fans are the goddamn worst. I thought the Dolphin fans and the fucking Patriots fans were bad. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, those are the worst fans I've ever dealt with. The Viking fans, they're absolute goddamn. Bro, they're still commenting on my fucking channel. We're talking days later. I'm like, bro, the game's over, man. Hope to see you again. But
I think that the Viking fans see a lot of the Bills fans and how they react. And I remember last year a lot of the predictions, these horrendous score predictions of 40 something to 10 and all this stuff.
Love the 40.
And then now when we really look at reality and what is that we see a team that didn't cut it, didn't make it, and this year is ultimately struggling. And
not really. We're 6-3. We're 6-3 with.
But
hold on. We're 6-3. We're 6-3 with mad injuries. Now you could talk about Tua being gone a couple games, but if you want to really dial back and look at the Buffalo Bills injury report and how many key players have been missing for many, many games, we haven't had a full lineup yet. Now I'm not making excuses, but I am saying we're still 6-3.
Sounds like an excuse.
That's not an excuse because hold on, I'm not even saying
like an excuse.
We're not a losing record though, D. We're 6-3. If anybody right now at 6-3, a football team, right, you would say, man, that's not a bad start. So you can't really say, oh my God, how bad are these guys? Like 6-3 is a good start. That is not a bad record.
No, I never
you
said
act
that
like
was
that.
a bad start.
Okay,
but
so,
I never said that was a bad start. But I think
and we're number 1 in offense. We're like top 5 in defense. We're not a bad team. We're making bad.
I understand that. I understand that.
Okay, so I don't know if the hype is wrong. If we're number 1 in, hold on, we're number 1 in offense. You can't say, oh, you're talking about 40 every game. We're scoring in the high 30s most games. But the games we're losing are stupid ass plays by us. Now, I will say the one game we probably lost that really wasn't even a shot in the foot was the Dolphin game. I'll give you guys respect. Listen, we got beat at your hometown. We were not that, home field advantage really helped you guys. Your tough play helped you guys. Your defense was better than I thought in that game. That was the one game. Other than that, the Jets and the Vikings, those are winnable games. Those are games we shot ourselves.
Absolutely. And things happen during games. But
that happens. Got to clean it up.
My main point is that 6-3 is not a bad record at all. A lot of teams wish that they were 6-6. I remember plenty of years where I wish my team
the Packers.
was 6-3. I'm sorry. But when the fan base is preaching out 40-something, this and that, if you talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. And nobody thought that the Buffalo Bills would be sitting at 6-3 in second place.
That's not true.
The Miami Dolphins.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Whoa. That's not true. That's false. That is totally false. If you look at the early predictions, a lot of analysts had us losing to the Rams, right? Even Trevor had us losing to the Rams. First game of the season, I think. So a lot of people had us losing already to the Rams. They had us losing, I believe, another game before the bye week. So this is actually on pace to be what a lot of people predicted. A lot of people predicted us going like 12-5. So like it's not really on track to be like way off. Like we are on track still to have that record. So I don't know. Listen, now if you want to talk about games like the Jets and the Vikings are a better team than I thought, but they are 8-1. It's not like we lost against a Jacksonville Jaguar team from last year. The Jets are playing. They're who they are. They're a feisty team. You know what I mean? And the Dolphins are playing at a good level. And we played you guys. That was a tough game. So other than that, we've been taking care of business.
Well, I think
I don't know
what I if you look at last year, the Buffalo Bills and the strides that they made, you would expect them to be executing at a very high level. Kind of like how the Miami Dolphins right now are at that level what we're playing.
It's hopefully every team gets hot at a certain point.
I was just about to finish if you let me finish. Hopefully we keep playing at that high level. That's the key. I always say it's a marathon. But it's surprising to see Josh regressing the way how Josh is regressing and some of the decision making that he's making, because they were on a different path. And I think that's startling to see that Josh is struggling And even a lot of the main writers are talking about it. They're just like, that last throw at the end, you can't make that throw.
Yeah, that's on him. But but if you look at the total game, he had a very good game. Like you can't.
I'm not
you're looking at one play and going, man, he's struggling. Like, yeah, he hasn't played his best game in the last 3 games. He's making some stupid mistakes, but overall, he's still throwing 300 yards. He's running for 85. Like, he's having good games. He's making dumb mistakes. But, however, does this lie on coaching and us not running the ball and not getting other players involved and making it a Josh Allen show? That's a little bit on also the coaching staff. You know what I mean? But I admit that last play was totally on Josh. And you know what's funny? The play before where we were in the red zone, he threw the interception to Peterson. If you go back in the Baltimore game, it was the exact same play that Lamar did. They went for it on 4th down. They rolled Lamar out, and they got under pressure, and same thing. I was furious because that's on coaching. Should have took the 3 points at that point.
Listen, like I said, I'm not here trying to bash the Buffalo Bills, but I'm just saying the way how the road that the Buffalo Bills were on is not what I would expect. And a lot of things can change, but
so can I ask you this? Last year when we were 7-6, you say the same thing, right?
No, I actually had the Bills.
You thought we were on a better roll at 7-6?
I think so. I think Josh was playing a lot better, and I think that I thought the Bills were going to be would win the Super Bowl. I was just like,
when we were on our losing streak. Are you crazy? Yeah. Nobody thought that. Then you are rare.
I'm just telling you my opinion, and
nobody thought
backtrack that last year. And
I am shocked. I am very surprised you thought that, because I was like, when we lost to the Jaguars, and then we lost to the Patriots, and then we lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, things were really going bad at that time, and everybody wrote us off at that time. And then Josh was actually playing really bad football. If you go back and look, I don't know what it is after bye weeks. But Josh Allen, if you look back last year, I think he had 8 interceptions in his first 3 games after the bye week. Terrible. Or 4 games. Really bad numbers. And then he got going at the last 4 games of the season. So I would hold off on this whole Buffalo's not playing up to their expectations. We're making bad mistakes, and it's costing us football games. None of these games have been blowouts. Matter of fact, the Viking games was a hell of a game. It just we made a lot of stupid mistakes. We should have won that game, but no excuse. At the end of the day, a W is a W, and Vikings got the job done. Now, moving forward, right? Just like we said, we're in the midway point. Let's see what happens. This is where it counts, right? This is the toughest end of the stretch.
Perfect.
Same with by the way, same with the Patriots. Patriots are still in it. Juan doesn't believe it. Juan doesn't believe it. Juan doesn't believe it.
I want to hear about it. Now,
he's a non-believer.
That was a great segue. Perfect segue. I was waiting. I let y'all do y'all thing. You know what I mean? I let y'all have y'all little, because we haven't had this in a long time. So it's very entertaining when y'all go fisticuffs like that. That's great. It was beautiful. Now,
knock that Dolphin cap off your head.
Speaking of midseason awards, why don't we talk about midseason awards when it comes to our own teams? And I guess we'll throw out something for the Jets, because question mark can't speak for himself. So
question mark is unavailable at this moment.
Yeah. So we'll have awards for our own teams. It is week 11. Again, we should have done this last week, but everybody was doing their own thing except Tommy. See how the OG comes up and they makes up for everything little.
That's right.
Solo.
Nobody was here but me.
Respect. Give him some respect. Give him
filled in for everybody.
Now that everybody's back, we can do the midseason awards about a week late. Okay. When he had position on his staff, I like to talk about that.
I think he's being funny on that.
The bottom feeders let the 2 guys do their thing. That's what we did. So midseason awards. How about we start with? How about grading? We're gonna do grading instead. That's better. How about we grade our coaching staffs for the midpoint of the season? Since you said the first sound, how about you go first, Tommy?
So are we going to do like offense and defense? Basically, it's just 2 different, or just a total grade?
Total. Let's do total.
Total grade.
If you want to talk about them separately, you can. I understand that, because we have.
All right. So. I would say, honestly, at this point, I would say a B-.
Okay.
Very close to a C plus, is really close, because a lot of mistakes, and a lot of that has to do with coaching. And McDermott is, you're talking about year 6 now. I mean, come on, dude. A lot of the same mistakes, clamming up in big moments. It just seems to be our MO every time. Every time we play a great game, we're on the losing end, and that goes back to coaching. So, Ken Dorsey's getting a lot of heat, and I really hate it, because end of the day, we played the same way with Dable. The same mistakes, same not running the ball, same thing. And there's only one guy to point the finger at, and that's McDermott, who's a defensive coach. And he's not offensive minded coach. So maybe there's a problem there. Maybe there's a disconnect with the offense. I don't know. But right now, midway point, I'll say B-, because we still, like I said, are number 1 in offense. We're still top 5 defense. We're still 6-3. We're in every game we've played or blown teams out. So yeah, I'll give it that. I think the defense is playing a little better, especially with all the injuries. And they're still doing a good job. 2 rookie corners in there. So Leslie Frazier has to get a little credit, even though he still makes boneheaded fucking calls. I don't know what he does either sometimes. The fucking zone defense on every team. That's the one thing I would say about Leslie Frazier that drives me nuts. You cannot play zone defense against every team. You can't. You got to mix it up, man. Teams, like certain teams, fine, like the Dolphins, the Chiefs, teams that could beat you deep. You don't want to give up a good big play, fine. I get that. But the Jets, I mean, we're playing soft zone against the Jets. What are you doing there? Like, that's free. That's McDermott. So, other than that, he's still a very good coach. It's just sometimes he gets stuck in his ways. And I think that's what McDermott does. That's what Dable did. And maybe that's what Dorsey's starting to become, stuck in his ways, and things need to change. So right now, as we speak, I'll say B-, because we're still a winning team. We still got a top team on both sides, offense and defense. So B-.
Number 1 DVOA too. Yep, y'all got it. Captain D, grades for your coaching staff to this point.
The coaching staff on the whole, I'm going to definitely give them an A+, because I think that when McDaniels came in, he expressed the communication aspect of and the relationship aspect of his players and coach, which is very different to how old school kind of football coaching used to be. It's, kind of just this rah. But McDaniel is more communication, getting everybody on the same page, players, coaching staff, and of course, finding the right scheme that fits best for his players. Even acquiring players from San Francisco that he knew would work with his system over in Miami. I have to give them an A+. The only downfall I have, the defensive coordinator, I'm kind of iffy about, but he is working with a lot of banged up players, especially, like I said, at the corner position. And we're kind of figuring our way on defense right now, even with the addition of Bradley Chubb. But I have to give him an A+, hands down. The communication's there. The play calling is absolutely fantastic. And we are just lighting it up. So A+.
Okay.
Well, for me, I'm going to say the Patriots coaching staff is a C. I'm going to say C.
Sounds about right.
Because how well the defense and the special teams has played throughout the season. This defense has been lights out. Matthew Giuliani is leading the league in sacks. No, I don't remember the time where a Patriot player led the league in sacks. I don't think it ever happened. I'm not too sure, but the defense is playing well. They're with taking care of business. They're smothering quarterbacks, and they're doing their thing. Offense obviously is the weak link part as far as from the passing games are concerned. Running the football, they're doing it very well, but other than that, I'll say a C. Like early in the year, I would say probably a D because the offense alone, but the defense and special teams play so well. I'll say a C.
C-.
Okay.
From most of the things you said, special team isn't as good as you're saying. Our punter is like one of the worst punters I've ever seen. Can barely punt 20 yards. Thank God he's not playing tomorrow. So we have somebody that actually kick the ball, hopefully 30, 40 yards deep, because God knows we're not going to be scoring no points. So, yes, a C-. Defense, if it was split up, defense will get a B+, offense will get a D, and special teams will get maybe a C+. I average that to about a C- because the offense makes me want to vomit. What's next? What is next? Why don't we do our position stuff, offense and defenses too? Let's do that also to give us a little bit more of a spice. Let's start with Captain D here. Give us your offensive and defensive grades in terms of your players and their performances up to this point.
Offense, obviously, you have to give an A+ because of how this offense has transitioned to what it is right now. Obviously, we've in the offseason, Tyreek Hill, we drafted Jalen Waddle. Now with the running backs that we have and the additions that we made on the offensive line, I think we're starting to see them gel a little bit more, the run blocking, pass protection. So offensive wise, A+. Defensive wise, I think that we're about a C- to C+. We tend to struggle a lot. We're giving up a lot of big plays, and we're not getting enough pass rush. Hopefully that will change with Bradley Chubb. You know what I mean? And Jalen Phillips, I don't think that he's maybe got 1 sack combined. I mean, he's struggling a lot right now. Ogba is done for the season. So we got to try and get some guys in there that can try and make a difference along with Bradley Chubb. So defensive wise, C- to C+. Hopefully we get Brandon Jones back soon to help us. But the offense is rolling, as everybody knows.
I like that. That's the type of straight generalism that I like to hear from fans, man. They're like, you know what, our defense ain't all that, so we got to work on stuff. You know, I like hearing that instead of certain people talking about A+, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Tommy.
Yeah.
Offense and defense.
All right. Grades. So offense, I'm going to say B-. They're still number one on, like I said, they're number one on offense in the league. You got to give them credit where credit's due. But they've been making some really bad mistakes in the last 3 weeks. So that really dropped their grade. Because before this, they were definitely an A grade. They were really looking good. But B- for the turnovers, for the lack of running, Ken Dorsey making some boneheaded play calling, in games. So you got to go down to a B- on them. The defense, for as banged up as we've been, I'll say a B+. They've been, our defense is tough. Our defense is very tough. They still make some mistakes here and there, especially in like clutch moments. I don't know why. It's like we've done it forever. But overall, when you play the Buffalo Bills, you know you're going to be in there for a dogfight. Our defense is legit. Von Miller is playing at a high level. Matt Milano is an absolute dog who's not really talked about a lot. But he is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Tremaine Edmonds also, but he's hurt, of course. And the DBs, Kyer Elam and Christian Benford have done fairly well for rookie corners coming in the game. By the way, no Micah Hyde. Jordan Poyer's missed about half the season already. He's finally coming back. He's playing hurt too. And he's still at a high level with interceptions. I think he's second, and he's missed like 3 games. So yeah, I'll say with everything that's going on for what we're doing, still being like a top 5 defense, I would definitely say B+. You got to give him you got to give him love for that. Just due to the injuries alone, losing 2 of your best safeties, like who are known as the best safety duo in the NFL, and Poyer and Hyde. That's a huge loss. Like a lot of people don't really talk about that, but those guys are everything in the backfield. And then there's no Trey White on top of it. Now you got all young dudes back there. So you got to give them a little love for everything that's going on with DeMar Hamlin being back on safety, his 2nd year. Cam Lewis is, I think, his 3rd year back there. He's not even a safety. He's a converted safety. Like, it's a lot going on. So I think we're playing at a pretty good level for what's going on. So B+.
Okay. Offensively, I'm going to say C-. C-. There, truly, because I feel like the running game pretty much just brings that average a little bit up. But if it wasn't for the game, this offense would be an F, or a D- to an F. But I'm gonna say C because of the running game, even get it out. They're able to, they punish defenses, how they're able to bruise defenses down, wear them out, and then just for everything to set up for a field goal, for a 40-50 yard field goal, because like a lot of you the passing game can't seem to get into the end zone 60% of the time. So we're basically the offense is good enough just to get you close enough to have Nick Cole kick a field goal and actually score points. And then for the defense, who's been really, really great, like I said, terrorizing opposing quarterbacks, whether we're playing against bad teams or not. The point is, your NFL team, NFL quarterback, they count something, and they're able to, for the most part, been able to slow teams down, make them uncomfortable, and also being able to score on defense helps too. So and forcing a lot of turnovers, forcing a lot of mistakes. So I'm gonna say the defense. I'm gonna give the defense a B+. Because they do have made some mistakes where they had a couple type of games where they completely shit the bed. So B+.
Chicago.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Juan, you need some JA17 coffee blend because you look a little tired, man. Have you bought?
I don't want to go near that right now.
Son of a bitch. You don't want any JA blend?
I'll pass 2 on that.
What?
You set it up, bro.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
He's gonna make you pay, and you're gonna want to go run and get some. What about the cereal? You getting the cereal? Josh's Jacks.
Josh Jets. That's
Josh's Jacks cereal.
Oh,
God, guys. I don't see Tua with a cereal.
It's unhealthy for you.
I had a joke for that.
Yeah, good one.
I had a joke for that. I had to keep it to my son because it's not appropriate.
That's funny.
That was a good one.
Good one. All right,
Juan. Give us those grades because I know you're mad.
No, I'm not that upset. I'm starving. Right. That's what I am.
Damn. Pizza time.
That don't sound that bad.
That sounds pretty good, actually. They
I don't know if anything.
It always sounds good. Come on.
We're not doing this. Yeah, Captain D, when you weren't gone, do you know the amount of tangents that we were going on that you weren't here, bro?
The show has gone off the rails at least 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Okay. Grades. Offensive game for New England. D.
The running game. God, I told you, Juan is pissed.
It's pretty good. However, I believe actually is a little overrated. And the reason why it's a little overrated is because the offensive line has been playing up to par for the last month on the absence of David Andrews, where he got knocked in the head in that very, very sad Monday night massacre we called that Chicago game.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Since because they literally haven't really won. Since he went down, the offensive line has been in shambles. Therefore, Ramondre has suffered because of it. So the running game takes a hit because the offensive line has been playing well. So that's why it's down. And the passing game, we don't have to talk about that here. When you got a 4th-round guy about to take away a certain 1st-round pick's job, we're not talking about the passing game. It's beyond an F. So we are getting a D on offense. Defense, you're getting a B because that game against the first half against the Jets, I hated because of what Tommy said, playing zone the entire time and letting Zach Wilson get whatever he wanted for a half. Didn't play well in my face. However, he got stupid, lucky for us, in the second half and wanted to throw Devin McCourty. So lucky us, that was great. The Chicago game was a mother trucking disaster. And the run defense isn't still up to par as what I would like. Part of that is the absence of Christian Barmore, who basically shouldn't play the rest of the season at this point because he's only played like 3 games and it's week 11. So might as well go. He's basically about to go on IR again. So he might as well not come back. So the run defense isn't well. However, the pass defense is great. However, this is probably the worst year in a very long time when it comes to quarterback play. So it doesn't really bode well for me that we're playing against garbage most of the time because most quarterbacks in this league are garbage. You two literally have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, bar none, in the same damn division. That's how disgusting the quarterback play has been in most other teams in this league this year. That's why running the football kind of came back. From we thought it was going to be buried the last 2 years. This year it came back because quarterbacks are garbage. We have one of them. So that's why the defense will get a B, because I am not convinced that the defense is as good as everybody thinks it is. I have a feeling that this month coming up in December, things might be exposed. We play a certain quarterback up in upstate New York twice in that span. And if he plays the way he's supposed to, I have a bad feeling about those games. So it'll be getting a B for me. I am a very harsh grader. Thank God I didn't finish my degree, became a teacher. Kids will barely pass my classes. I'm a year away from getting that degree to being an educator. I almost did it. That would have been bad for kids. Maybe no. You know what? That's good. That's good.
It'd be good,
right?
Because this soft generation want to get him to everything. Yes.
So in other words, I will be fired. That's basically what you're saying.
You would have been. Like, they would have recorded you saying something. You would have been like the worst teacher in New York.
Say yourself from a financial disaster because you are finished school only to get fired because of something that you said and pissed off someone's parent.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I made the right decision, probably. All right. MVPs per side of the ball. And if you want to do a full-on team MVP, you can do that. So who is the most valuable player on both sides? And if you want to put special teams, you can do that too, if you like. Because we're going to do it because our best player arguably is a special teamer. So we might do that. But you guys, if you want, you can do that. But best, most valuable player in all sides of the football. Let's go with Tommy.
Josh Allen. That's easy. Even for the mistakes he's making, he is the everything on offense. He really is. Running, passing. I mean, if we have no Josh Allen, we are in some deep doo-doo. If Case Keenum would have played, that would have been an ugly game against Minnesota. And I get it. He makes mistakes, and I think that's why everyone's really hard on Josh Allen when he makes those kind of boneheaded mistakes as of late, because they expect better because he's at a high. He's at a high. He's at a high level. You know what I mean? Like
that's why
the expectations, because I mean he's been playing at such a high level, but listen, man, no one's perfect. Every quarterback goes through these. The best quarterbacks have gone through some bad stretches, have lost some big games. I mean, it happens. But really, overall, man, Josh Allen is one of the toughest quarterbacks in the NFL. A guy that every team has to prepare for. Definitely. You have to prepare for Josh Allen. Running, passing. I mean, he has everything, and he has the heart, like the desire. And sometimes I think that, that messes him up a little bit. He wants to win so badly he makes some mistakes. So. But anyways, yeah, Josh Allen MVP.
Okay, that's one side of the ball. What about the other?
The other side, it's a toss-up because Von Miller's been a really true leader. Love, even when we lose games, he's not like one of those guys where he's down and out. He understands, like, it's football. He knows that, I just like I like everything about him, his demeanor, what he brings to the team. So I'll say Von Miller, but man, Matt Milano's really close.
I'm about to say that. I'm about to say, can I put my vote? Is Matt Milano, because if Matt Milano was in that Jets game, I would have won a lot of money that day.
Yeah, he is. I'm telling you,
it cost me my perfect week because Matt Milano wasn't there.
He doesn't whiff on tackles. He's all over the field. He's a smart player. Yeah, he's a really good linebacker. But Von Miller, I think, is just he brought a lot of leadership to the defensive room. And he's also making plays. So it's not like he's just out there with leadership. He's making an impact as well. So Von Miller, but a close second is Matt Milano, because Matt Milano is just underpaid, even though we gave him we gave him the extension and he came for pretty much a hometown discount. He is very underpaid for what he does on the football field. But Von Miller for sure.
Copy. Captain D. Defensive and offensive MVP.
I'll start on the defensive side. MVP has got to be Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins is having a standout year. He's a beast right now. We drafted him a couple of years back, and he's really showing out why we drafted him in the first round. And, he's been really a standout player and a leader on the team, staying out of trouble and shows up on the field. So I got to give it to Christian Wilkins. And of course, on the
Javon Holland.
I would give it over Javon Holland. I think he's still coming into his own a little bit. We know that he's going to be a great talent, but Javon is still young. But okay. You already see it that he's going to be a top safety in the league. I think that he just maybe in the next year or two you're going to really see him become that star that he is.
I love your pick. That's how you know your team and you know what the hell you're talking about. You're not going for the flashy guy. That's why I like that.
Not at all. But I have to go flashy with my offensive side of the pick, and I think it's only fair is that it's Tua Tagovailoa. Despite everything that he's gone through the past couple of years with coaching, offensive coordinators, the horrible injury that he had in Cincinnati, and coming back and showing everybody, all the doubters, I'm proud of him. I was even one of the doubters at some point, like, man, I don't even know if this kid can really do this, but he has really showed out. He is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. Nobody thought that he could sling the rock down to Tyreek. Everybody, and they're still not the best throws, but he's getting it there. And we saw when he was absent what happened with the Dolphins. We don't have that depth there quarterback, which teams do. Even, Teddy Bridgewater struggled. Skylar Thompson, he's a 7th round draft pick that we even started at one point. He's showing some flashes in the preseason, but Tua, this team is run by Tua, and it goes as much as Tua is healthy. So, and he's just been playing dynamic. So that's my MVP on the offense.
Beautiful. All right. Okay. Over Tyreek Hill. Yep. All right. Now you got your boys back. I respect that. Okay.
Yep.
My offensive MVP, which is kind of not saying much because for the most part, it's been bad. But if I had to give one, it would be Ramondre Stevenson. He's played very well, ran the ball very well, very dynamic, moves the ball around. So I'll keep it that. Excuse me. I had a Benadryl, so I'm literally dying.
Hold them down. They know you're gonna fall asleep.
Nah, so yeah, Ramondre Stevenson is my offensive MVP. Defense MVP, I'm gonna say Matthew Judon. Matthew Judon played well. For the most part, the leader of the defense, really holding it down, getting to the pack, getting to the quarterback, making plays. I'm going with him. All right,
cool. It's tough. I almost want to give the offensive MVP kind of to David Andrews in a sense. The entire offensive line falls apart without him. With them, they're able to run the football a hell of a lot better and give whatever quarterback is back there, whether it's trash can or other trash can, time to throw the football. I'm just to be a little different. I'll give it to David Andrews because you feel the difference in offensive line play is serious too when he's not there versus when he is there. So I'm gonna give it to him just to be different. On defense, when it comes to MVP, is Matthew Judon. There's nothing else to say. I agree. That simple. This too clear. And MVP of the team though, Nick Folk. Let's go. Have 77 points in the season. Let's go. Without him, we will either lose some of those trash things like the Colts, or God bless him. Just God bless that old man. I love him. He's like 37 years old, kicking field goals up people's asses. That's what I'm talking about. Nick fucking Folk. Let's go. Okay. Disappointments. So just tell me who you think did not come up to expectation for the season thus far in your teams. It can be players, it can be coaches, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It could be 3 players, whatever. We'll start with Captain D. I'll see your eye look up. You caught my attention. You first.
Yeah, I mean,
disappointment.
The one player that I would say kind of fell short, he's kind of showing out now, is Cedric Wilson Jr. I mean, he's showing some flashes now. We acquired him in the offseason. We thought that he would bring that other aspect at the slot for the Miami Dolphins. But he struggled quite a bit. We're trying to get him the ball more, but he's still missing in that offense quite a bit. Actually, Sherfield has really been showing out for the Dolphins.
There a third guy who took over his job? It was Sherfield.
Trent Sherfield has been showing out like you won't even believe, and basically took his job. So Cedric Wilson, I was expecting a lot more from him. We're trying to get him involved, so that's just been kind of my disappointment a little bit. On the defensive side, it's my main man. It's X. You know what I mean? Xavier Howard. We haven't been hearing his name called that much, which is a good thing. But at the same time, he has gotten beat on a lot of different plays, and it just seems like he's not the same. I don't know if he's a little banged up. They haven't really mentioned anything. I think he was dealing with some type of a slight injury. So
hamstrings come and go. So
yeah, hamstrings come and go. So it's been a little bit disappointing seeing how X is. I don't think he has a pick on the season yet.
Oh shit! Really? Oh damn.
Yeah.
He's known for that. Damn.
He is known for that.
Ooh. All right, Tommy. Whatever you're watching, I saw that reflection off the shades. I don't know what you're watching there. I don't know if we boring you or
Undertaker just injured Hulk Hogan, and the kids are crying. It's very upsetting. Anyways, all right.
In that case, that's okay.
I mean, kids are literally crying. They're literally crying. He did a good sell job, but anyways, my disappointment. I would say Isaiah McKenzie. Isaiah McKenzie was supposed to be like our fill-in slot guy for Cole Beasley. I had high expectations only because of everything that was coming out of camp. It was like, oh man, this guy's like getting touchdowns after touchdowns. He's tough to guard right now. And that, but I gotta say though, Bills Mafia, they do, I don't know what it is, but training camp, you always have like a guy that stands out. We all get excited for, and they always wind up not doing good. Now, sometimes there is players that come through, but that's why sometimes you got to be careful when you get too excited about a player in camp. So I like McKenzie, but as a gadget receiver, slot receiver, slot receiver, he's just not doing it. And that's why I'm kind of hoping Khalil Shakir gets an opportunity.
I like that kid
in that slot. Yeah. So, but anyways, he is my disappointment because of everything that was talked about. Though, I mean, come on. In all reality, listen, Isaiah McKenzie's been in the league a while. He's actually the longest receiver on his team as far as like longevity. He's been here since 2018. Been here longer than any of the other receivers. So he has a little connection with Josh, but he's limited. He's very limited. He is what he is. And, I think we got caught up in the hype on the offseason. So it is what it is. So he'll be the one guy that a little disappointing because I thought he would play a little better in that position. He hasn't come through. And he's also dropped some like big time passes that should have been touchdowns or fell over his feet and like just dumb things that he's done.
Not surprised. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not because he's not. That's not what he does. He is a gadget guy, man. He's always been that, but we try to make him. It's tough. Listen, Cole Beasley, for as stupid as he acts and dumb things he does online and Twitter, he was a very good slot receiver. Can't take that away from him. He was really good. So anyone coming in for Cole Beasley had big shoes to fill. You know what I mean? And you got to remember, he wasn't initially the guy. It was supposed to be Crowder, and Crowder got hurt, and Crowder's out for the season. So McKenzie took that role on, and it's not been good. So, yeah.
Yeah. Before you pass out, go ahead.
My disappointment for me is Jake Bailey, the punter, because like 2 years ago, Jake Bailey was like one of the better putter punches in the year. I remember the year of 2020 where we couldn't move the ball to save our lives with Cam Newton, and Jake
much different now, but
Jake Bailey he was really putting opposing teams in great field position, and the defense would try to do their best to keep them out of there. But
didn't he get drafted and replace what should have been the Super Bowl MVP?
He did
in 2018 Super Bowl. Our punter should have been Super Bowl MVP in my opinion.
He did,
but whatever.
But
hitting them motherfuckers right inside the 5 every single time. Oh man,
and that was great. But now it was like he came and kicked past the 50-yard lines, like every time he's kicking.
We're not exaggerating. I think people coming against us have like the best like net like yardage when it comes to punting in the league. We have like the worst, bro. I'm not exaggerating. It's real bad. For that I should put our defense a grade up a half just because they had to deal with that shit because that's real bad.
Yeah, definitely. And
he's like our punter. Last year we had the same problem. Matt Hawk from the Dolphins. Thanks, Dolphins, giving us that garbagey punter.
Yeah,
he was so bad, bro. So I know what you guys are going through. Really bad, like 20-yard kicks. I mean,
yes,
unacceptable.
Dude.
Honestly, I honestly feel that Belichick and the coaching staff should have sat him down much earlier, but
there's a lot of things they should have done.
Not earlier.
They haven't done.
But they haven't. Yeah, I agree. But I'm gonna say Jake Bailey because he was one of the better punters in the league a couple of years ago. Now he can't kick past 20 yards. It puts the defense in a very disadvantage. But luckily, like Juan mentioned, they found a way at worst field goal. Other than that, they play very well. So him definitely.
What's that? Oh, question mark has a couple of things to say. Oh,
Ooh.
damn.
Whoa,
Oh,
question
damn.
mark.
So let me do this for him real quick. Okay, so because he feeling a little neglected. My bad. I got you right now, man. So what is it? Your coaching grades? Your coaching grades a B plus? Okay, that's respectable. All right. Baba Salah's doing his thing, right? His defensive coordinator's doing well with all the talent they got. Okay. All right, cool. No problem. All right, no problem. On offense, you guys will get what? A C plus? Okay, running the football's pretty well until you lost the rookie. Yeah, pretty good. Ran the ball pretty well against the Bills. Ha. Okay, all right. Damn, you have to pick a shot time like that, but okay.
Damn him.
All right. On quarterback play has been pretty bad after Flacco. We need to figure that out. Okay, yeah, you're right. I agree with that. I think that's agreeable. Okay. All right. B minus, cool. On defense, an A minus. I would agree with that. A minus, yeah. All your talent is getting together. You have one of the best, if not the best, cornerback duo in the league. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. All right, getting a nice pass rush. Don't have to blitz. That's true. You don't have to blitz. That's true. When you get there, yeah, that's true. All right. A minus. Okay, cool. Defensive MVPs. Who? Sauce Gardner. Right? Yeah. All right. We'll give that. Crazy how a rookie is a defensive MVP, but if he's that damn good, he's that damn good, right? Yeah, ask Gabriel Davis. All right, ask Gabriel Davis. All right, I will ask Gabriel Davis. Not see him. All right, cool. An offensive MVP, even though he's hurt, is still Breece Hall. Yeah, because you guys were going on that crazy stretch. That's true. I do agree. I will give that to you. Okay, no problem. Okay. All right. And any season disappointments? Who is it? Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson. Yeah. We all understand your pain, brother. My bad. I'm sorry, man. I get it. Your quarterback sucks. We feel your pain. Patriots fans feel your pain, man. Gotcha. All right. So my bad. That's those question marks, little remarks for everything we've done for the past 30 minutes. We kind of neglected. I apologize to him. I'm sorry. Okay. Our Patriots most disappointing person that not named Mac Jones.
Yeah, that would be too easy.
Not named Mac Jones. How about fucking Kendrick Bourne, man?
Oh, yeah.
Got over 850 yards last year, and now I don't even know if he has 200 yards receiving this year. He doesn't get any playing time. I don't know if it's because of Patricia. Let me not say the rest of that sentence, or it's just because him and Belichick are getting on out since training camp. I'm not sure, but you would think he would help when there is a receiving need, but apparently not. But Kendrick Bourne, I really had high hopes for him this year, and he barely gets the damn football, and it really makes me sad. Don't understand it. All right. Before we continue, how about any surprises for your team? Any surprises? Surprise for you, like, oh, I didn't think he was gonna do something or anything like that.
Yeah, I got the surprise. I mean, Kader Kohu, he came out of nowhere and he's been playing great at safety. He could even fill in a corner, and he was undrafted. So I was surprised by that we found that nice pick. So shout out to Chris Guerrier and the scouting department. Kader Kohu's having an awesome year, and he looks like he's going to be a Dolphin for a while.
Not bad. No surprises.
I mean, I guess Christian Benford, you could throw him out there, 6th round pick, started right away, corner, got hurt, broke his hand, but he's back. He's played very well. And also if you throw another one out there, if I could do a two for DeMar Hamlin, filling in a safety, 2nd-year guy.
This doesn't tell me mute button, bro.
Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, man, poor Trevor. But Hamlin is a dog, man. I know you guys don't watch.
It didn't come from me, though.
But I know. Did he get that from you, Juan, or no? Okay, because Juan was down and out.
No, because when he got that from me, he wouldn't be here. That's why he would have what I had.
Yeah, so that's my two.
Nah, he loves that Captain D's bag.
Scott right now is on a very he is very angry. He's an angry Buffalo Bills fan right now.
Appreciate that, Scott.
Don't worry, Scott.
He's a very angry. He's very angry. Buffalo Bills fan. He is turning on us quick. He used to give us 99-0 score predictions, and now he's giving us losing prediction. Scott is against the Bills. He'll be back. We'll pick him back up on the We'll pick them back up when we get back to winning.
Tomorrow. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Surprises. You got surprises?
Yes. Jack Jones. People talking about, JC Jackson's going. Who we going to have a corner? But they always found a way to have put in a cornerback. Damn, Scott.
I told you. He's angry. He's not happy. He's a very angry Bills fan.
I'm with you, Scott.
They found a way to find another cornerback to plug in and play well. Jack Jones has been playing well. Marcus Jones has been playing well. So this overall, our rookies have definitely been stepping up. But Jack Jones was someone that I'm like, okay, it's not bad, pretty good. So yeah, Jack Jones.
So you got the Jones cornerback trio. All right. So then I have to pick Dietrich Wise, who is the pure end on our defensive line. He's been playing great. He got 5.5 sacks to start off the year. And he probably, if not Judon, also leads the team in pressures, does very well, really attacks the inside when we need it. It gives Matthew Judon some help because God knows he needed that help last year when we only had one pass rusher. Now we have two. Well, three, actually, because Uche's playing pretty well now, too. So, he finally broke out. It only took 2 one-year contracts for him to finally show some freaking potential, and there it is. Finally. So Judon is not alone. And what just have to say, heard Frazier is going to adjust to prevent defense. All games, as rumor has it, Bills will run in the game. Okay. All right. He's really mad.
Yeah, he's angry. I told you.
I wonder if he has a little bit of to help him out with his anger today. I don't know.
He's angry. He's been angry all week. I gotta give him that. Angry all week.
Well, Trevor says he'll help you with the segment of the show. You know the segment. Got your rain. So you'll feel better in a little while. We're gonna save that obviously for last, like we normally do. I don't care about doing the award because we barely had any games. We've seen the games. We know what happens. I don't really give a shit about awards. So we're just gonna go straight to the preview because we only have 2 games. Also, awesome. Kind of been empty the past few shows. It hasn't. The schedule's kind of been screwing us a little bit. So we only got 2 games. So why don't we start with the should have been snow game, but NFL says screw that, put them to trip because we want asses in seats.
Hey Tommy, are you going to the game?
Yeah,
I am.
Awesome. Awesome.
I got free. I got my buddy of mine got the tickets and it's taking me to the game. So awesome because I couldn't afford it. There, by the way, 58,000 sold in I think 3 hours. It's a 65,000 stadium. It was reported. Most of it was Bills fans, so it's going to be a Bills game. Bills Mafia travels well, so you will see on TV if you turn into that game. There's going to be a lot of Bills fans in Detroit. And we play them 4 days later. I mean, it really made sense. I posted this on Tuesday. I got so much heat, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that, but
no, you should know me. I saw.
I was one of the first to say it, and Bills Mafia was so angry with me, and they were calling me fake news. And boy, oh boy, what happened? But no, the game could not be played in Buffalo. It could not.
Really it was fumble though, Matt Scott. Because if you're gonna be mad, at least have some perspective. It wasn't the. It
wasn't a butt fumble.
He just dropped it. Like
calm down. No, it was a bad exchange. Terrible.
Yeah,
exchange.
Calm down.
Yeah. I mean it happens. It was a bad predicament. But anyways, moving on. That game's over with Scott. Moving on.
Yeah,
we're talking about this
it
game.
is.
Listen, this is what I like about this game. In all honesty, I honestly believe that this is a blessing in disguise that the game was moved to Detroit. We're on a 2-game losing streak, and let's just say it was snowing, but not as bad. 6 feet. Let's say it was 3 feet. Whatever. The Browns have that kind of game. It's team. They're a running team, good offensive line. That they might have made that a really good game and possibly won. Very possible because we don't have a running game. I mean, I take that back. I think we can run, but we just choose not to at times. And we probably would have went against the grain and just pass. And you can't do that in that kind of weather. And the game going to Detroit in a dome fits very well at this time. We're on a 2-game losing streak. Like I said, it gets Josh and this team back in a dome in a good setting, no weather worries. And I just think it's a good bounce back game for us to, go against a Browns team that's not very good on defense right now, struggling against the run big time. That's why I'm hoping Dorsey runs the ball at least 70-30 pass. I mean, that's fine. I'll take it, but you got to run somewhat. And it's just a good bounce back game, and I like it. And then we got Detroit right after, so it really works out. Really works out. We are taking the visitor side because they want to know how. They just want to feel comfortable when we play the Lions. They're going to be on the visitor side, so that's interesting note. Other than that, no, man, nothing. The Cleveland Browns are bringing on offense worries me. The running game gets going. We have the last 3 games given up some big runs, but overall, we're a very good run defense. We just made some stupid tackling mistakes the last 3 games, but I think we can fix that. Shut down the run attack early, get them behind on points, and then after that, I think that would be a wrap. I just don't. They don't have enough weapons on the outside right now. Their quarterback is, how he is. I mean, he's a backup he's a backup for a reason. I'm not saying he's terrible. He is what he is. So I think this is a game where we can bounce back from it. And like I said, blessing in disguise that we're going to a dome, and we'll have Bills Mafia there anyway. So it's kind of like a home game. So I'm good with it. I'm totally good with that. And I think we do win and we get back on track.
Go ahead, Captain. You guys are the kings apparently of this division right now. You guys are on sleepy time, nap time, bye week. So go ahead and say what you guys say, my man.
This game is going to be a lot closer than what Bills Mafia is going to want. Unfortunately, the Bills defense is decimated right now as far as injuries. I think Edmonds is out. Elam,
he is.
We haven't heard yet. So they are decimated. If the Cleveland Browns have any type of sense, which history has taught us that they really don't. They would run the football as much as they can with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Jacoby Brissett is a situational type of quarterback, but I would run heavy as much as you can on this Buffalo Bills defense. They are decimated right now. Tremaine Edmonds is a big part of this defense. The linebacker stopping the run. He is out. Elam, that long corner that they got in the draft that's been playing well, he's a toss-up right now, like I said. Run heavy. On the defensive side, they got Denzel Ward back. I think that he can keep up with Stephon Diggs. Their other corner, I think it's Henderson or something like that. He's out. He is out. So Gabe Davis, I didn't see what Gabe Davis is playing. I think that he is.
Newsom's out, which is a huge.
Newsom is out. Yeah,
it's a huge loss for them. Huge loss.
He's a big corner for them. He's out. But I could see this game if the Cleveland Browns can run the football. Buffalo can run the football. They just refuse to run the football. They refuse to. I don't know what it is, but they refuse to stick to the run game. I get it. You have Josh Allen. You got those big targets on the outside, but they refuse to stick to the run game.
I think you see a change. I think you see a change here, though.
I hope that they do. But if the Cleveland Browns can have a big game on the ground, Taki's a beast for the Cleveland Browns on defense. He had a huge game on defense against us, and that backup corner can somewhat hold his own. I think this is going to be a close game. It's benefiting Buffalo, obviously, that it's in Detroit, but I think this game is going to be a lot closer. Donovan Peoples-Jones has to show up and have a big game. He's capable of doing it and expose those corners on those injuries on defense for the Buffalo Bills. I think that the Browns could pull this out.
You got scores?
I got a tight one. I'm gonna say 24-17 Browns.
Woo! Oh,
yeah.
Woo!
I think that,
no way the Browns defense is owning us to 17. There's only been a couple teams right this year. I think one, which was the Jets. I don't even think the Dolphins. What was the Dolphins score? I don't think
19. I think it had 19.
Right? Yeah, we don't. Very rare do we score. And the Browns defense.
I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns pull this out because the Buffalo has so much injuries. And if Buffalo can stick to the run and be honest with their run, this game could be easy for them because the Browns' rush defense sucks.
Yeah, they're one of the worst. Their D-line is one of the worst in the league.
Let's see.
I will say this though too. I will say this before I give my score prediction, and I'm gonna go with the crazy prediction because that's how I am. But I also got to factor in that the Bills have not practiced all week. 0 practice. The practices we had, the first practice we had on Tuesday, I believe it was, we had players that were sick, so we could not have we didn't have a full practice, so we only had guys a walkthrough. And then Wednesday was the same thing, was like Zoom meeting. And then we couldn't practice on Friday because of the snowstorm. And then obviously we didn't practice today. So, and we're going there late. We will be arriving tonight. It probably already arrived or arriving now to Detroit. So you're talking about a 0 practice week pretty much for the players. There is players out. However, like I said, we are playing in a dome, which is really fitting for Josh Allen. It really, like, honestly, our team is made for a dome. I got to be honest. That offensive line is not built for outside bad conditions, just not. So I think this game we do get back, and I think you'll see our offense attack that weakened cornerback room that Cleveland has now that especially that Newsom's out. And I think also you're going to be a little surprised. Look for Hines, the new acquisition we had. It's his 3rd game in. He's getting familiar with the playbook. He is a playmaker when he gets the ball in his hand, very fast. And I think you will see Singletary get the ball a little bit more too. So I have 40-13. 40-13. I think the Bills just kill them. And it's a home game. I think you're going to see a lot of Bills fans. It's going to get loud in the dome. And that also plays a factor.
I will say Myles Garrett's got to show up too. He was a non-factor in the Dolphins game. I don't know what's going on with him, but and I expect Isaiah McKenzie to have a very good game against this Browns defense.
Isaiah McKenzie may not play, or he's limited. He's limited. He's going. We're not sure yet, but Shakir may play a little bit more snaps than him, even if he plays.
I see you, Scott.
This dude right here. Let me know right now. I'll put that right on the
We have not allowed. That has not happened, first of all, Scott. Even last week, for as bad as our run defense was, truthfully, we only gave up 84 yards. That's not a lot. Like, stop with that. The only game we gave up almost 200 yards was Green Bay. They ran for 180, and they killed their own clock. So all good. I'll take that all day if you kill your own clock. So no, it's fine. It's not going to happen. But I will say this: Chubb's probably good. Listen, Chubb is one of the best top 5 running backs in the league, and they got a hell of a backup running back in Hunt. They're going to get their yards. Like, don't be mistaken. Chubb will probably get 100 yards. Hunt will probably get 50 or 60. But that's okay. At the end of the day, you want to get a W. Keep them out of the end zone. That's the whole thing. I don't care how many yards they get.
If this game was played in Buffalo, in the conditions it is right now, and they say they didn't move it, I would say Cleveland will win this game. But I believe that if it's in Buffalo, they'll win this game. But if you're a fact that Buffalo doesn't play well in the cold, and the conditions would have given the Browns a much favorable advantage if this game was played in Buffalo. But it's not playing in Buffalo. It's playing in Detroit. And obviously this weekend, it's a dome stadium, as you know. This will be Josh Allen's, quote unquote, dropping his nuts on the field and saying, "Yeah, he's back, bitches." I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know you guys was praising Greg Newsome, and he's hurt now. Obviously, I don't want nobody to get hurt and everything, but he wasn't that good anyway. He's not that good anyway. I've seen him play a couple of times, and a lot of times I've seen him play, he's getting burnt or he's getting called for penalties for holding so many times. So that's one person right there. So it really didn't help. It really doesn't matter if he was there or not. They were not going to win this game in a neutral stadium where a warm weather or dome. It was not going to happen. They're going to beat them anyway. Josh Allen's unfortunately for you, Tommy, you think that they want them to win the ball a little bit more. I don't see it happening. I think this is the game where they want Josh Allen to really, get back in the nick of things, get that arm going. I wouldn't be surprised he throws for 150 yards, but like 40 attempts because why the hell not? The Bills win this game 38-14. I think they're gonna beat the shit out of the Browns. This Browns team is not very good. Quarterback play on their end is just terrible. You just don't know where to go with them. Just this all you gotta do is even give him the little slight of pressure, and he'll fold. So yeah, I'm going Buffalo win this game 38-14.
30-21 Bills. I think these guys will be able to run the football. I think it'll be a close first half. I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns are somehow like tied. It's like 14-all or something like that in the first half. And then whatever quick playbook that Dorsey ran before the game, he's gonna throw out the window and say, Josh, just take the fucking ball and win the game. And then he'll go take the ball and fucking win the game. And that's probably exactly how the game is gonna end. Bills go on a big run. Chubb gets one more touchdown in third quarter, 21 something. All of a sudden you see 30-21. Bills win. It'll be a comfortable second half victory for them. The Browns defense is just too disgustingly bad, and it's just pathetic. It's so bad. People thought Bailey Zappi's a good quarterback. That's how bad this defense is. And it's just that's how bad this defense is. It's absolutely insane. But the only defensive person that is of any merit, at least on the defensive line, when it comes to the Cleveland Browns, is Myles Garrett. And since he's getting the Aaron Donald treatment of getting doubled or triple team every game, he is not going to make an impact. No one else is stepping up, which is sad. So he's out. If he's out, they're not going to do nothing. It's insane how bad. No one would have thought that this Cleveland defense would have been this pathetic all year. Talk about disappointments. All the talent they got, they can't find a way to pick those guys together. Don't understand it. Will never understand it. It's really bad. The game plan would be to just run up the gut because they have the worst defensive tackle tandem probably with the Chargers. They both don't stop throwing up the middle and with no friction. There's nothing. Just go and you're getting 7 yards a pop. Like that's how it is for both of them. But I'm kind of with Trevor. I have a feeling Josh Allen is going to be like, fuck my 10 interceptions. I'm going to put 5 touchdowns on your head top. And that's how I feel like it's going to happen too. But we will see. All I know is Buffalo will win this game, and they will win this game by around 10 points. I think the defense is a little bit too decimated to hold Cleveland for less than 17 or 20. I think they will score 20 because they do that. They will sneak up on you and put up 20 points. So, yeah, 30-21 sounds about right. I think it'll go over the 48. I think it's 48.5 or 49 is the over and under. I think we'll go over that just a tad. I like 30.
So if it is that score, which is very possible, Juan, the only thing I'll disagree with is the halftime. I like the way we've been playing is we would be up in that game.
But since you guys didn't practice, you may be a little bit disheveled to start off.
I know. I'm just saying, like the way it's been going is we've actually played very well in first halves.
I know, and it's been bad in
second halves have been like 3 points. It's craziness. Like it really is wild. So that's if there's any way this game is close, it's because the second half adjustments weren't made like that's been going on the last 3 games, and where we're scoring 3 points. 6 points. That's unacceptable. But if the second half adjustments are made, the red zone stupid mistakes, the turnovers in the red zone are corrected, this game won't be close. I'm telling you now. But if we continue to make those dumb mistakes in the red zone, turning the ball over, fumbling, interception, second half bad, no adjustments, then the game will be close. 100%.
What I think, this is what I'm picturing. This is where I'm coming from. Since this is a very unorthodox situation and you guys didn't have any on-field practices at all, I think rough. You're going to try to come in the game with something, and Cleveland is going to be like going to laugh at it because they, at the end of the day, they are an NFL defense, and then everybody's going to be like, "What is going on?" But then what I think, what I think is going to happen in the second half is you're just going to let it out. You're going to be like, you know what? Fuck it, just throw it out. Josh, here's the ball. Go play backyard football and fuck them up. And I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to play loose. Yeah. You're going to let it out. You're going to relax. No pressure, nothing. You can play with no pressure, chill. Yeah. And then Josh is going to sling it, and you're going to win easily in the second half. That's since you guys didn't practice and have a game plan to come into the game. That's how I picture it going.
Yeah, yeah. And don't forget, Josh their run defense is bad. So even if you say the Bills don't run, which I have a feeling they will, You got to remember, Josh Allen always runs. He always takes off. So he'll get, I mean, if Josh plays what he'll get, expect 60 yards minimum on the ground.
This dude Scott with his prevent defense. Yo, let it go, my man.
Scott's very upset.
Oh my God.
Jesus Lord. All right.
He's very upset.
Divisional matchup. Jets going to Foxborough this time. It's funny how the Patriots and gambling champs are still favored by the same amount they were favored going into New Jersey. Except this time it's going to be cold as F. In New York right now, what is it, like 30 degrees in New York City right now? So I'm interested. I'm looking to see. It's 37 degrees tomorrow with 14-mile-per-hour winds. So that might feel like 20-something because of the
26
so it's gonna be cold. It's always over there in Detroit right now.
Yeah, 26.
It's like 30 over here in New York at night right now. It's cold. You guys go ahead with your predictions of my bum ass game. Go right ahead.
You want me to go first?
I do.
Okay, so listen, I think it's going to be similar to the first meeting you had. Belichick knows how to play against younger quarterbacks, especially Wilson, who's not very good. I'm sorry. I am not on because they're winning doesn't make Wilson a good quarterback. There's plenty of teams that have won in the past because of different, the defense, the running game. He is not the reason why. He is not what makes the engine go there. I don't think he's making it. I don't think he's terrible, but he's not very good either. And then when he's under pressure, if you look at his stats, they are really bad, really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of turnovers, just a lot of sacks, just a lot of bad. I think his completion percentage is like super low. I forgot what it was, but it was super low. And New England will bring it. They will bring it. They will cause turnovers. And I said this the last game that y'all played them. I told you guys, your offense may not be good, but because you'll get a turnover, possibly a turnover for a touchdown, you guys will romp them. And I feel like it's going to be the same way. And I also see Hunter Henry playing a factor in this game. I do, because I think you guys will get the good field position because of turnovers. And I think Hunter Henry will be used a little bit more because Mac Jones they have a decent connection. I got to be honest with you there. At least they did last year. And, in the red zone in that area, Hunter Henry will play a factor, especially against the Jets corners. The Jets corners are good corners. They're going to be locking down the Patriots receivers. That leaves your tight end set with Hunter Henry, who's a pretty good tight end when used. And I have a feeling he will get some touchdowns in this game, especially because you guys will have good field position. And it's in New England, like I said, cold weather, just a lot going against the Jets, I think, in this game. So I have New England winning at home. I'll say 27-19. 27-19 New England.
Captain.
And that's a defensive touchdown somewhere in that. So you got 20 offensive points.
Yep, this is going to be. I think this is going to be This is going to be a close game. Obviously, with the weather being out cold, it's going to be. I initially had the Patriots edging this one out against the Jets, but I do feel like the Jets are turning that page. I feel like Zach Wilson probably should have sat another. I think they let him start way too early. I think that there is obviously talent there. He could be a good quarterback. I think that they just started him way too early. But there's a lot of talent on this team, and I think that the coaching staff is he's learning how to utilize his players, and they're starting to turn that edge a little bit. The Patriots just don't have enough pure firepower right now, and I think that the Jets are going to edge them out. But it's a toss-up. I think that I could see the Patriots winning this game, but I'm going to go and pick the Jets, and I'm going to give a very low score. I'm going to say this is going to be very, very tight. I'm going to say 17-10 Jets. It's going to be a very low scoring game.
The score last time.
22-17, I believe, was the score last time.
Yeah, it was the garbage time touchdown. Yeah,
20. It's right, but you guys are whooping them at one point, but you guys let them. Yeah, 22-17. Yeah, I'm close. I'm telling you, 27-17 sounds about right. But go ahead, guys.
Go for that too.
I'm going to, obviously New England's going to win this game. Obviously, Patriots going to win this game.
Obviously, okay. Very confident.
Yes.
Golly.
Don't get me wrong. I've said it all season, especially on our show. I respect this Jets roster as far as how it's constructed, how the coaching is building them up. The defense is incredible. First of all, I love Quincy and Quentin Williams on the D line. I love those guys.
Are good, man.
I love those. Those guys are incredible to watch. I don't know. I just love old school rush the quarterback, get to the quarterback type of play. I love it. They're great. The only thing that would hinder them in this game is quarterback play. Zach Wilson. If Zach Wilson was not playing in this game, maybe even Joe Flacco. If Joe Flacco played in the game last time against New England, they win that game. I truly believe they win that game because being able to turn the tide and just make Zach Wilson feel like he doesn't belong in the league a lot of the time. He plays us. Yes, he looks like, honestly. But
7 picks.
Yes, 7 picks success overall. But I'm going New England 24-13.
Nice.
Oh God, I almost died. Yeah.
I'm sick,
Trevor.
You know that, right?
I know. I'm sick of this. I can't stand this season when it's like this. I love the cold. I just
forget you like the cold. You know the cold is the reason why you are like this, right?
I love the cold though.
Well, you like the cold, but then you hate being sick. Yeah. Motherfucker, which one is it?
It's the tale of two kitties, man.
You got by the way, you get NyQuil, man. Get severe NyQuil and pass out, bro. That's the best thing you do.
When you get out of here. Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And OJ, get OJ. OJ.
Here you go again with that.
Okay. I mean, he would solve the problem just in a different way.
Right. That's right. You better not have any memorabilia over there. All right.
We're going. There's 2 defense where I believe they're in the top 5. I know New England's definitely in the top 5. I think Jets, if they're not in the top 5, they're definitely in the top 10 on defense. On offense, they're, I believe, in the bottom 10. So this is a very interesting matchup. We've seen it 3 weeks ago, I want to say.
Yes.
And we saw what happened there at New Jersey. The last time we seen the New England Patriots play, well, I didn't watch that game that much. I refused to watch the Colts game. I swear to God, I didn't watch that game. So according to Patriots fans that I listened to, the Mac Jones was the worst thing they've ever seen in that game. Mind you, they won. So after bye week, usually Belichick likes to fix things and try to tinker with stuff on a bye week. Usually one of the best coming out of bye weeks. So I'm going to give that old senile bastard the benefit of the doubt. And I think the offense will actually look better than they have in the past month. And I think the Patriots will actually come out this game, winning this game 26-14. I'm going to go with.
Nice.
And the offense will be responsible for, if not all, the majority of those points. I believe there will be at least 2 touchdowns scored in this game. I'm gonna go as far as to go with Tommy and say that there will be a Hunter Henry red zone touchdown, because that is like the majority of Mac Jones touchdowns last year, and they should probably go back to something that actually worked. Common sense is not so common, even from the best coach ever. Common sense is not so common, apparently. That Zach Wilson factor is huge. He got hit a lot in that Bills game. Lucky for him, there was no Milano to be the missile that he's supposed to be and really stop those short yardage stuff that he was doing, because that's all he was doing in that game. A lot of short yardage stuff. The zone was because they were so decimated. The zone was giving Garrett Wilson a lot of come back and curl routes to throw to. Really not making him have to do anything to move the chains in that game. With a basically healthy secondary of New England Patriots, he will have to work again, and he will be defeated yet again. I predict at least 2 more interceptions in his count. I hope it's 3. I would love for him to have 10 interceptions and 3 games in 1 quarter against them. Because when last year at Foxborough, he only played for a quarter and got knocked out. So wait. Yeah, that'll be 3 games in a quarter. Yeah, and 1 quarter. That'll be hilarious. This Scott is very close to me, too. 27-16 is very close to my score. Yeah, they will be okay. I think the team will look good. It will not improve my mood because it is the Jets and Zach Wilson, and apparently Belichick owns any quarterback from the New York Jets not named Mark Sanchez. So I will go with that. I think things will look fine. The Patriots is going to come into a really big test coming up in December. Well, actually, bullcrap. And Thanksgiving going against the 8-1 or 9-1 or 8-2. I don't know what the hell they play Dallas. That's the losable game for them. So I don't know what's gonna happen for them.
I think they lose that game. By the way,
I think lose that game too. I picked Dallas also. So they will, at the very least, be second seed still in the NFC coming into Thanksgiving night. So that's a very, very tough game, and I believe that's at Minnesota. Yes. I want to say.
Minnesota, yes.
So hopefully this will give Patriots fans and a lot of people enough hope coming into that game, even though it is a primetime game against Kirk Cousins. So we probably should be favored no matter what. But that's not discussion for another day. I will go New England 26-14. That's my final prediction. Locked. We'll see what happens. And now for the grand finale of the AFC East Shakedown. Scott, this is for you. I hope you feel better about things after this.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think having a 37-year-old?
We're on to Cincinnati. It's nothing about the past, nothing about the future. It's right now we're preparing for Cincinnati.
Okay, do you feel like the talent you have here is good?
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
What is your size build?
Well, I'm just asking, do you think you've done enough to help Tom Brady?
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
Do it.
Yes. Hello, guys. I'm back. With my rant. Now, this rant is for the crybabies. The crybaby social justice warriors who were upset.
You're not going to get us canceled, right? Hold up.
No. No. You may think I'm going a certain way, but I'm not.
Okay.
I did that on purpose.
I trust you.
I did that on purpose.
I will cancel this real quick if I hear anything I don't like.
No.
So.
Who were upset that Jeff Saturday.
Okay, I'm fine with it.
That Jeff Saturday
scared me.
Was hired as Indianapolis head coach. You're probably wondering, what do you mean? People were upset that Jeff Saturday, who has not coached at any level in the NFL, not even in college, the highest level of he's coached was high school, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, high school. It was like 2019. He said, wait. People would cry saying, no. It's not fair. You have Gus Bradley on the team. You do have Gus Bradley on the not John Fox. The point is, you have people there that you could have.
Talking about Dan Quinn?
No, talking about Dan Quinn's in Dallas.
Yeah, but I thought you're going from Seattle people and stuff because that's not kind of the way you were going.
No.
Okay, whatever.
Oh no, we have Gus Bradley on the team. On the team, we have Reggie Wayne. You know, you could have somebody who was a coordinator or somebody to be the head coach, to be the interim head coach. What about the Rooney Rule? All this other stuff. Well, guess what? I'm gonna go in this direction, but then I'm gonna pit it somewhere else. The owner can hire wherever he wants, whether you like it or not. Who cares? He's gonna hire wherever he wants. He hires somebody who's a friend of his, and he's gonna do what he wants to do, right? Now people were saying, "Oh, how can you hire someone who's unqualified to be a head coach, who had not qualified?" Well, guess what? Guess what he did on Sunday, last Sunday? He won a game that he coached against another coach who isn't qualified either. He's not qualified either. John McDay is a fucking bum. And you're mad that Jeff Saturday got a job from his homeboy, and he went and had his in won a fucking game, and Josh McDaniels has lost 24 of the last 34 games. He's
that's a great point.
Yeah, he's unqualified. He's unqualified. But you know what? Josh McDaniels is a boy genius. He's a boy genius. You know, he helped Tom Brady win 6 Super Bowl, which he did. I'm not gonna take away credit for him. He helped.
No, he didn't. It was Tom Brady.
I agree. Yes,
I agree. Let's keep it real.
Yes, I agree. You're right. He was just there, but he got credit for it. But whatever. I agree. I don't think Josh McDaniels is not that good. I don't think he's good at all. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, you're mad because Jeff Saturday got a job and not somebody else. Listen, you need to stop this nonsense. You need to stop with this pointing the finger or blaming something for everybody, right? Listen, everything doesn't have to be the quote unquote status quo or the quote unquote agenda that people are trying to push. the Colts hired who they wanted to hire, and apparently it worked because they beat a coach who isn't qualified either. So what are you upset about? Now what? What would have happened if the Raiders beat the hell out of the Colts? You would have said, "Oh well, they're doing it in the towel. They're doing it in the towel." The Colts are literally throwing shit to the wall and hoping it sticks, literally, and it worked. You know why? Because the black hole in the Raiders. Guess what they did? They showed once again why they are an embarrassment. And you crybabies who are crying about Jeff Saturday, guess what? Why aren't you crying and complaining about Josh McDaniels? Huh? Why did you try to make it I'm not gonna go there. Why you trying to make it that type of thing?
A Rooney Rule thing?
Yeah, why you trying to make
That's
it a
a clean way of saying it?
Yeah, why are you trying to make it a Rooney Rule thing where the NFL is telling you, they're telling the media, they're telling you the Rooney Rule was not violated because it does not pertain to interim head coaches. It's not the same. You can't. People say, "Oh, how come they didn't get Eric Bieniemy?" He's still under contract with the Chiefs.
Yes, he is.
Mid-season, by the way. And then it's kind of weird to ask somebody who's a coordinator or Leslie Frazier or who's on the Bills. Hey, Leslie Frazier. Oh, I know our coaches we fired a coach prematurely for whatever reason out of nowhere because it was dumb. He hired a coach who never did it before. Hey, can we have your defensive coordinator to be a head coach? It's not how that works. He's still in the contract into the middle of the fucking season. So what happen? You're gonna have him go to Indianapolis and then somebody else have to rise for what? Why are they helping you out for? You're the one that decided to do it. This high promo somebody from within. But no, y'all want to blame the Rooney Rule saying it doesn't work. You're right, it doesn't work. But stop fucking trying to make things what they really isn't. You had an inept franchise. Well, let's be honest. Jim Irsay is an inept owner of the last couple of years. He's inept. The terrible
couple
owner.
Of years. You mean his entirety having the damn team?
Inept,
thank God for Peyton Manning.
Yes. An inept owner.
Very simple.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Hired somebody. He's hired his homeboy, and he beat an inept franchise too, as in the Raiders.
What's funny is that homeboy you're talking about actually has deep connections with the Colts, because he played for them. Yes. He also has deep connections because he scouts their offensive linemen for them. It's funny how he has deep connections because he technically worked for them. So it's not like he came out of nowhere. He was in there for years and just went to wherever stupid immediate thing he has and then got a job. Because he was already there in the first place, doing all the work for them in the first place. But people want to cry when they don't know shit. See, I help you. There you go.
Yes. I mean, where you I'm not gonna say yeah because it happened a couple of years ago, but people weren't upset when Derek Fisher got hired to the Knicks. He never had a coaching job in his life, but he retired from playing. He became the New York Knicks head coach about 10 years ago. But yeah, what was that?
I'll bring up another one, and it's one that a team I don't like, but it's Captain D's team. Eric Spoelstra, who was the cameraman or camera coordinator, where the hell he was.
The video coordinator, yeah.
Video coordinator, and he's one of the better head coaches in the league and won a couple championships. So yes, it can happen. There is got people out there qualified, even if they haven't technically been a head coach in this league. Now, I will say though, there is also a fine line there as well. There is coaches like Leslie Frazier who, come on now, he deserved a chance and nobody. He's still a coordinator. So there's something kind of going wrong there. But in this circumstance, I totally understand. And also, I will say too, man, it's your team, right? You hire who you want to hire. In the end of the day,
amen.
It's what, listen. And not only that, okay, if they hired that guy and he did a shit ass job like the guy for the Raiders, McDaniels, then that's on the owner if you pick the wrong guy. You know what I mean? Because maybe if you would have picked Frazier, maybe the Raiders would be better. But that had nothing to do with the black and white thing. That's just they just got the wrong guy, right? That was the owner's decision. It has nothing to do with that. I just think the way society is now is this: everyone wants to find something to, that's not right.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
apparently everybody's a martyr. Everybody is an activist. Everybody apparently is Martin Luther King.
I mean, and it's at the end of the day, I agree. For these certain guys, it does suck that they don't get an opportunity. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They will in time. But there's also certain coaches that people are like, he should get it, and he's terrible. And he was a bad coach. So, I mean, maybe they don't want to hire him because they don't believe in him.
All right, Scott, we tried. I don't know what to tell you.
I tried. If that didn't work, I didn't know
going on. Yeah, I'm gonna get Scott out of his way, so he'll be back on the train.
Anyway, but that's my rant for the week.
But I got you, Trevor.
Thank you again. Do that next time. That being said, we are done here on the AFC East Shakedown.
We dragged it for as long as possible, only talking about the game.
We did. Yes, we did. Where are we gonna be next week?
Good job.
Next week,
Captain D, are you ready yet or no? We're gonna hold off till next season on the Captain D channel.
I'm not ready quite yet, but I will be ready sometime this season.
All right, so
this season.
Oh, whoa! He said this season.
This season, you didn't catch that. I caught that.
You do know there's only like 7 games. You better get going, buddy. You better get going. Anyways, so next weekend we'll be on Mafia Sports Report. And then possibly, maybe the following week, right, Captain D?
Possibly, yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Tell us when.
All right. We'll call like a holiday bash or something over at the V podcast. All right, guys. So, next weekend, 6 o'clock, Mafia Sports Report. Captain D, you joining us next weekend?
Yes, I will be.
All right.
Joining you guys. I will be joining you guys from Easy Street in Biscayne. Hanging out. It's gonna be
fancy dancy.
We got the Houston, Texas next week, so we're gonna just be hanging out and just having some.
All right, guys.
I like that.
All right. I guess that's it.
That being said, we'll see you guys next week. Peace, love, and applesauce, and enjoy football tomorrow.
Go Bills! Go Bills!